Hey Raffi, we got some questions to ask you.
I knew you were working on something. All right, what are we doing here? I'm all in. Let's take the jacket off.
All right, so we have 22 questions for today.
How many?
22 to celebrate the year 2022. So, first, what does the brand Thompson Ferrier represent?
Oh, it's my lifestyle. It is. That's a good question, by the way. What does it represent? It represents our lifestyle that then we kind of show everyone else what our lifestyle, how we curate our lifestyle. That's what that Thompson Ferrier stands for. And it stands for the love and the care and everything else that I tell you guys. I know it's super corny, but that's what it is. Next.
How many fragrances are available on your site?
Well, they're like 54, but I'm trying to make them less by consolidating them, because the whole thing was to showcase all these fragrances and then figure out what everyone loves and then narrow it down to that. We're working on it. What else?
What value does hand pouring offer to your candles?
Oh, very good question. For example, I happen to have this here. How do you fill this? This is ceramic. So a machine can only fill it at a specific level. But hand pouring, it allows you to fill it at the level that you need to, because ceramic is different inside. So hand pouring gives it also the flexibility to be able to take a white vessel, a white elephant, and do 54 different fragrances. How are you going to do that in mass production? You can't. So we do the hard work so that you get the best value. That's what I do.
What are your current top 3 favorite scents?
Oh boy. I happen to love the gardenia, which is one of my favorite, which we ran out of right this minute. The other one is orange blossom, because it's very inviting. It's what home is about. And actually, the last one I do like earthy tones, which is ash, amber, rose, and that is what I call the sense of incense and so forth, ash and rose, plus, by the way, it's rock and roll, which I love.
What is your favorite room to decorate with a candle?
Oh, the room that you watch TV in is my favorite. I don't like it in the bedroom, because the bedroom is not where you're chilling. Bedroom is something else. Number one is the where you spend your TV, where you have your TV. Secondly is actually the bathroom. I love to have a bathroom being always fragranced, always.
What are your top 3 candle vessels?
Top 3.
Can you show them to us?
Yeah, of course. All right, let's do that. Buddha is, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's do that for a second. My top 3, excuse this because we're getting ready for a video. That's number 1. This is number 1. It is beautifully sculpted, double-sided. It's big. It's so that everybody loves the use. Of course. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So that's 1. And then I happen to have fallen in love with this, and this is no particular order, by the way. It's just I love the beauty of this. It is what do you call it? Blingy in a very distinguished way. And then of course the
third.
And the third is still my elephant, is my all-time favorite.
Let's see.
And I'm going to tell you why, because I'm an architect. And this is called candle architecture. Think about it. This is not exactly how an elephant looks. An elephant doesn't have chunky legs like this, but we created an architecture out of it for the home. That's what we did. Wow, this is like non-curated question and answer, but I'm happy to do it.
Who would you gift each of these candles to? The Buddha, the second one, and the elephant.
Can I answer that not by the person, but by the type of person?
Sure.
Okay, so the type of person would be this. My imagination is this is somebody who's into fitness, into yoga, into wellness, into like bicycling, soul cycle, a flywheel. That's the kind of person that I think this was going to do well with, because they're like, Miami, they're into fitness, they're outdoorsy. That's the kind of person. Now, the elephant, by the way, it's a meaning driven. And the elephant is much more meaning driven, because the trunk up, having good fortune, good luck, and a lot of people buy it for their mother. So that's the type of person they're buying it, because they believe in putting this in front of the door and then having that bring good luck to the house. This one actually is a very much like a decorator person. I don't know why. I feel that somebody who has a real understanding of decoration is this person, because they understand the value. I think there's 25 bamboos here. This was all scaled so that I can make it look just as beautiful. We tried bigger, smaller bamboos, but it's a decorator is the right person.
What is space without fragrance?
What is what?
Space without fragrance. What is this room without fragrance?
I don't believe there's such a thing. I think a room has inherent fragrance. It might be good or bad. If it's good, you are not adding to it. You're not really looking to add to it. But if you have a room that has antiques, if you have a room that has leather, if you're in a barn, if you're in a more older kind of place, it has a rustic fragrance. Now you can layer that with aroma, which is what you really want to do. You want to layer the aromas. Let's say if you like flowers and you're sitting in a cabin in Montana, you want to have some flowers. Montana doesn't have that flowers, but it has the rustic fireplace. You're running a fireplace, you want to add the flowers to it. A room always has a fragrance. The fragrance is to add a layer of beauty and complexity. I'm impressed by
What
my
is
answers.
what is the first smell you ever remember?
Wow. I will to this day remember a moment. It's not the fragrance itself. The fragrance, I was in Singapore going up an escalator. Somebody was going down, a lady, and I don't remember what she looked like, nothing, but that moment is seared into my, I literally ran down and asked her what she was wearing. It was Clinique something, but every time I smell that fragrance, I know where I was in my moment. Mm-hmm. And listen, at the end of the day, we are in the fragrance business. We used to launch Obsession, Calvin Klein, but even those days were not as that moment that I had where that fragrance was so powerful, not because it was powerful, because the moment was there and it impacted me. So that's my memory.
What is your least favorite candle fragrance? It doesn't have to be from your own brand, just in general.
In general, I don't like single notes, and I don't like I love vanilla, for example, as long as it's created in a bouquet. When it's so single noted, right? Even gardenia is not a single note. When you say, I want gardenia, it's not a single note. Gardenia has the musks, the greens, the mossies, and everything else. But I happen not to like single note vanilla. I don't like that. Or single note, what do you call? Mango, just strictly mango. It has to be a bouquet. That's what I don't like.
What sets your candles apart from other candles?
Oof, so many things. Let's go down the list. Size, beauty, shape, uniqueness, decorativeness. A candle 95% of the time does nothing except sit on your counter. When do you light it? You light it at a moment, you turn it off for 2 hours. Therefore, what is it doing? It stands out because it actually adds value to the space. Oh yeah, come on closer here. But that's what it does. It actually adds value to the space. That is the one unique feature. You're so...
If someone didn't know your brand, what would you suggest they try first?
Try the one. If I was to send you something to experience the brand, I would send you the Buddha candle. It's large. It's double-faced. It's impressive. It has presence. It has a huge amount of throw. It is so different than.
Show us.
Yeah, it is so different than any other candle out there because it has the elements of, like, even the face, for example. We structured the face so that it is a nice face. It's a pretty face. It's not a regular Buddha face. Like, you look at our art, you look at our candles. I call it candle architecture. So that's what I would give them. Wow, are we done yet? How many?
No,
what
we're
is this?
halfway.
Oh Jesus!
What is your biggest source of inspiration?
Nature. Everything that we have, everything we do, every design is around us. If you look at elephant, bamboo, this, apple, you look at everything, skulls, look at this. This is nature gives us our design. If you look at any good design, it comes from nature. It comes from your surrounding. Every beautiful home has something from nature. If you look at it, nature is your inspiration. That's where everything comes from. What's with this?
What is a new unreleased project you're excited to share with us?
Right now?
Yep.
Unreleased.
Yep.
Okay, back to nature. I have this beautiful, by the way, let's take this with us. Imagine I designed this, this is a candle now. Because we want to add, again, we want to decorate the space, have value. For me, this is literally on the way. And inside of this, let's show you, okay, will be the vessel. And let's go here and show, so we can show you how it would be. Let's do this for a second. Look how beautiful this would be. Okay, look how beautiful this would be. Let me move things around. And so therefore, this becomes the refill. Of course, this was used a couple times, but this is it. For me, this is a spectacular piece of architecture again. So to add value in your space. There's nothing like it. Next.
Next question. What perfume do you wear?
Dior Homme. I wear them in categories. Let's get out of here because I'm sure you have the. Let me sit down. Let me relax a little bit while I'm talking. What perfume do I wear? On the musky side, I wear Dior Homme. On the fresh side, if I want citrusy fresh, I wear Gendarme. And if I want a combination of the two, a lot of times I would wear Creed Aventus, which is, everybody wears Creed Aventus. What else?
What is your favorite women's perfume?
That is a very tough question. The answer to that has to do with who's wearing it and how they're wearing it and where they are and what the temperatures are. So I never have liked tutti frutti fragrances. So like for example, Victoria's Secret in the entire category is not for me, but I can go from Opium to Paris to Calvin Klein to Le Labo to any one of those fragrances that are historically powerful and like full bouquet. I happen to like on a woman a very full bouquet, but in general, people say that that's more old style, but that's what I like.
Which of your candle fragrances would you wear as a perfume?
Oh, Orange Blossom for sure. Such a beautiful fragrance, the Orange Blossom.
What does your community mean to you?
Oh my God, they are the reason we exist. I am not a brand standalone. I am a brand for the community. The community allows me to be. My community allows me to be. So they're the number one, number two, number three most important things for me.
What is the most challenging thing about curating candle fragrances?
The bouquet. Making a single note, lavender for example, it's very easy. You get lavender, you make an essential oil, and you have it. But creating a bouquet, and I'm doing one, creating a bouquet that is either beautiful and identifiable, and so bad that's identifiable yet people love it, is very difficult. For example, Chanel No. 5 in a blind test, people generally don't like it. But because they know it's Chanel No. 5, people have been wearing it. But as a fragrance, it's so identifiable. Baccarat Rouge, identifiable. You know, there's certain fragrances that are tones in there. That is the most difficult part, to make uniqueness in the bouquet.
What are 3 words you would use to describe yourself?
Doer, eternal optimist, and having faith.
Dictionary definition of a candle is a cylinder or block of wax or tallow with a central wick that is lit to produce light as it burns. How do your candles differ from that definition?
Because of the nature of what a candle does, which is light and disperse fragrance, it only does that during a certain period of time. Ours is performing 24 hours a day. So when you look at our candle, let's go back here again. Let's look at this way. So when you look at this candle, 90% of the time, most candles will do nothing. Ours is actually working during the day. What is it doing during the day? It's actually looking beautiful. That's what it's doing. That's the difference between what we do and what a candle is.
And what do you have to say to everyone who owns a Thompson Ferrier candle?
Thank you.
That's a wrap for the question.
That's a wrap. Mwah. Adios.